certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for. I watch people get stuck in Frozen, and that breaks my heart. I was once stuck in Frozen too. Greatest superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. I don't even know what it is. I think it's Why Wednesday. Yes, how are you?
Wednesday. I am splendiferous.
Splendiference is amazing. Yes.
Splendiferous. I've never heard of this word. I like it.
Yes, amazing. Did you steal fizzy lifting drinks, Vivian Guzman?
Did I steal some drinks?
Fizzy lifting drinks, like as in Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory?
Maybe. It comes in the name of Monfifo, but yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
You Batman, Sean. Are you wearing a Batman t-shirt?
Well, it's interesting you should ask that question. Does it look like a Batman symbol specifically?
Yes, it does, but it's a turtle. It looks like a turtle.
It comes from the Turtle Forum on Grand Cayman, which is not where I am. But we'll come back to that because I'm a huge fan of Grand Cayman. And the Turtle Forum is an interesting place, longer conversation for a different day, but it holds deep meaning in my family, my kids, etc. So, Vivian, we got some amazing people here today. Let's hit it.
Oh my gosh, we got Jonathan Katz. Woo, in the house.
What's up, Jonathan? Welcome.
How are you doing? Thank you.
Doing great. So, yeah.
Equipped with an MBA from the University of Baltimore, he's both a CPA in Jersey and New York City. And Jonathan is also an audit manager with Smolin Lupin, based in New Jersey, with offices all over the place, from Fairfield, Red Bank to Florida. In his 16 years experience, he's enjoyed working publicly and privately, including SEC reporting, such as 10Ks, 10Qs, S1s, have no idea what that means, but I love it. And in private, he was once in charge of derivative and hedge accounting and reporting for BASF, where he met the global team in Germany. So welcome, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Jonathan, it sounds like you know numbers a little bit. What do you think, Bella?
It definitely knows numbers.
Do you know numbers, Jonathan?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, so what number, Jonathan, can you multiply times 0 to get to 30?
Nothing. Anything times 0, 0.
Yes. So So 30 is not just like linearly different or exponentially different than 0. It's like infinitely different than 0.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
We'll come back to that later. So what's a fun fact?
Fun fact is I'm actually a certified mixologist. So I used to
I want to hang out with him.
Yes, Bella would like to hang out with you, Jonathan.
For sure.
Absolutely. Let's go. I'll hang out with you guys down there. That was a lot nicer than up here right now.
So Bella, do you want to explain to Jonathan where perhaps you witnessed some of the most insane mixology debauchery in the entire world and like some rehab center? This is like sort of ironic that there's like a rehab facility that has mixology in it in Las Vegas. What is that?
Yes. He is speaking of, I used to frequent rehab at the Hard Rock Day Hotel and Casino.
Oh,
so
cool.
the pool at the Hard Rock. There was lots
Nice.
of mixology and debauchery going on. At
Yes,
the Hard
that
Rock.
would be like, so like what Unblinded is to the world of Integrous influence, like the rehab, what is it called? The rehab room?
It's just rehab. It's just,
Rehab. It's just one word, like rehab. Rehab would be the mixology mastery. Is that fair?
Nice.
and debauchery.
And debauchery.
Yeah.
Yes. Amazing. Okay.
Sweet.
So
I'll have to visit.
Jonathan, yes, we have fun facts. By the way, so thank you, Jonathan, for being here very much. We'll come back in a minute. Vivian, what is your fun fact for today?
I'm a mixologist too. I got my degree bartending when I was in my 20s. That's right.
Nice.
Vivian, you show up in a very
up.
different way. I'm very disappointed in you, Vivian. I thought you were a Disney, like amazing, sort of like light, positive vibrational PG, if not G version. That would be like PG-13 or more on the other side, right?
PG-17 at least. Let's not be joking.
All right. So
Give me the rating I deserve.
yes, I am teasing. So Vivian, mixology's in the house. So yes, incredible. So who else is here today?
We have Ryan Hogan from Cincinnati, who studied electrical engineering at the University of Cincinnati, only to become AKA the LTCI expert. That would be a long-term care insurance expert.
Ooh.
Is the man who knows how to make the sale of long-term care insurance easy and profitable for brokers across the country. That's because he's the director of sales and CEO of Multi-Life, LTC expert and new business development. Welcome, Ryan.
How you doing?
Ryan, what's up, brother? Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, have you been to the rehab or are you a mixologist?
I know, but along those lines, I am actually a certified chef with a focus on Asian cuisine.
Oh,
So
Bella's
it's,
an even bigger fan. And Vivian. Vivian's got her show Dishing It. Vivian, do you make Asian cuisine?
I did once for somebody and I try it on occasion. I love Thai food, but I want to learn how to really make sushi even better because I've been making vegan ones recently. So
Oh,
the answer is yes, but I would like to explore it more.
amazing.
Asian's my favorite.
Interesting.
What is your favorite?
Asian mixology is in the house. Yes. So Ryan, what is a fun fact, sir?
well, that would probably be my fun fact. Is like most people.
I hear you. We're going further. Though. We want to have like an Unblinded After Dark fun fact.
Oh, Life After Dark fun fact. Well, not to get too risque, but I'm fairly straight laced, but I can say that I was in a porno. So that's it.
That is amazing.
So it's
What
not
is happening? We took it
not
right from
widely known.
G. We took it
What's
right,
that?
Put it after dark. That's your fault, my
right from
friend.
G to like X. So that is amazing, Ryan. And thank you for that vulnerable and open share. That is the first time that has been a fun fact. And this is like the 370th episode of the Real Raw now. So Ryan, you will forever be the first ballot Hall of Famer with that fun fact. Congratulations.
I imagine you don't share that same fun fact.
I do not have that as a fun fact. I do not have that as a fun
Damn
fact.
it.
Yes.
I thought you could do everything, Sean.
Yeah. So we are, yes, having a little bit of fun coming from where we're coming from. So Ryan, thank you, brother, for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, super fun. All right. So Vivian, we got some judges for Jonathan and Ryan who are mixology and other filmmaking is in the house today. So what do we have for our judges?
Oh my goodness, we have Dulce Conde.
Whoa.
She is a serial entrepreneur, investor, and speaker who's been on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. One to design her life. Her motto from an early age, selling supplies at the age of 7. It's no surprise she went on to her accounting degree in Mexico. And from there, a master's degree from Georgetown U.
Whoa.
She's also the CEO of Conde Systems, the largest supplier of sublimation technology in the world. And if you don't know what that is, because I Googled it, it's a technique that allows you to digitize a design and permanently imprint it onto products like a mug or clothing or something like that. So like your Thunderbolt on your cap. Ta-da. Welcome, Dulce.
Dulce, how are you?
Dulce, can you hear us? I think
She looks frozen.
She does
Oh,
look
no.
frozen.
All right, we'll come back to Dulce in a moment.
Frozen smile, though, I gotta say.
Yes. So, and who's our next judge? We'll come back.
Yes, we have Yolanda Paredes. Woo! A Spanish real estate investor who owns her own dance studio, where she not only teaches dance to 3 to 18-year-olds, but also teaches personal development. Her heart is invested in youth outreach. Yolanda even runs a Bible youth group. One thing is true, she has a voracious appetite to grow and reads, get this, Sean, over 20 books a year. Welcome, Yolanda.
Yolanda, amazing. How are you?
Good. How is everybody?
We're doing wonderfully. Thank you so much for being here. And where are you coming from today?
From Plainfield, New Jersey.
I was gonna
Ah,
say, she's got a turtleneck on, so it's definitely somewhere cold. She is not wearing.
It's frigid.
New
It is
Jersey.
snowing out here.
Yes, amazing. So, Yolanda, what is a fun fact of yours?
Fun fact of mine is I've had the pleasure of traveling 4 different continents.
I'm going to
Ooh.
guess.
Mm-mm.
And I'm
Right,
aiming
right.
to visit the rest.
All right, can I try to guess which ones?
Go ahead.
All right. North America.
Yeah, that would be one.
You're so smart.
Yes. Now, Europe,
Yes.
South America.
Yes.
Now it gets trickier. I am going with Asia.
Very good.
Boom! Thank you for that. I was down Asia.
That was good.
That was
Yes,
impressive.
I was like, yeah, thank you. That's amazing. So
Always
congratulations.
so impressive you are.
Well, I try, as are you and Vivian. Thank you. These are like the makers of the show. Yes, but Yolanda, I'm guessing you do not share Ryan's fun fact. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's okay. That's all.
No.
I'm not greedy at all.
Amazing. So thank you for that, Yolanda. Amazing. Vivian, we got either is Dulce unfrozen or
Dulce is with us now. Come, hello, darling.
I'm back. Something happened with the internet, so I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Dulce, thank you. And where are you coming from today?
I live in Austin, Texas.
Wait a minute. Did we meet in Austin?
Yes, sir. With Jonathan
With
and
the one and only
Phoebe
Jonathan? No. And Beck and
yeah,
Siri.
And Beck and Siri. Correct.
Are you ready for this? Siri or Beck, one of them, I forget which, is maybe both, are coming on tomorrow to the Real Raw. That's a fun fact. Is it not?
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, so the last time I saw Dulce, we were in Austin with Beck and Siri talking to Willie Nelson's daughter, who's also an artist as well. Is that right, Dulce? Am I remembering that correctly?
That is correct.
About ending horse slaughter and all of those fine, horrible things that are happening that Beck and Siri up to is big, amazing folks in the world. So Dulce, thank you for being here. And what's a fun fact, besides the fact that the last time we met was like in a hotel in Austin with other people?
Fun fact. I was thinking about a fun fact. Well, when I was 14 years old, I won a dancing contest. I don't know if that's fun or not, but it was a lot of fun for me.
Yes, that's fun.
And Dulce, I am present to your incredible success as an entrepreneur and the things you've created in the world. And so you stand for a lot of amazing things, and I'm really honored that you're here today. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm a big fan of you, what you're doing, Sean.
And as I am you. So thank you, Dulce. Vivian, we got some rock stars. We got one more judge.
No, we have Quintus McDonald in the house. Originally from Rockingham, New York.
I don't know if I could deal with this though, because I'm like a Jet fan. So like this is like a problem, but like we'll deal with it because he's a rock star.
You're
so
a
please.
Jet fan?
I'm a Jet fan.
How did I not know
And
this?
Quentin's gonna like laugh at me for that, but go ahead.
I'm gonna
Vivian.
probably join him in laughing at you.
You know what? I grew up in Jersey, and everybody were Giants fans, and I like the Jets too.
Oh my God, I'm so happy. What part of you?
I really liked them when I smashed the quarterback twice in my opening game as a rookie.
Ah, come on, Quentin. You don't have to do that to me, man. Come on. So,
O'Brien's my boy.
oh my God, Ken O'Brien, right? What was
That's
your
right.
rookie? Well, I think you retired in '93, right, Quentin?
That's correct. That's
And
correct.
what was your rookie year?
Rookie year was 89.
89.
89. Yes, sir.
So incredible. So yeah, Vivian, please let's give this amazing man his appropriate intro, Vivian Guzman style.
Originally from Rockingham, North Carolina, but raised in Montclair, New Jersey. USA Today called Quintus Player of the Year when in Montclair High in '84. He became a 6th-round draft by the Indianapolis Colts and went on to be voted by his teammates as a role model of inspiration, sportsmanship, and courage, earning him the Ed Block Courage Award in '91. An injury cut short his career, as you already stated, in '93, which led him to a higher calling as a minister and preacher in 2004. And this path led him to his current work, helping rebuild communities through his nonprofit, I Am Recycling, which aims to embrace, educate, and empower those in need. So welcome, Quintus.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your energy is contagious, young lady. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Quintus, thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate you. Montclair High it was not far from where I grew up. I was born in Jersey City, and then I played baseball, football in Emerson High School in Bergen County, a small public high school. But we used to play. My son played Montclair a bunch in different youth sports. Incredible. It's a big high school, right? Quintus Montclair.
Yeah, we're pretty big. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then where did you play college ball?
Went to Penn State.
Wow, Nittany Lion. Did you play for Coach Paterno?
Oh yeah, anybody alive this century that played at Penn State played for Coach Paterno.
Yeah, amazing.
He was there for quite some time. Yeah, it's a great situation.
Yeah, I'm sure. Really appreciate being here. And how about a fun fact, if you wouldn't mind, Quintus?
Fun fact. Freshman year at Penn State, we played in the national championship game versus Oklahoma, and 2 players got knocked out in that game. I was one of them, and I knocked the other guy out, but I woke up first.
That is amazing.
That's awesome.
I love that. And let me ask this question. How did it feel being a Jet fan to end up, you said you sacked Ken O'Brien twice in your first game?
Yeah, that was our opening road game of rookie
Amazing.
year. It was great. You know, I had about 30, 40 people that I got tickets for personally. You know how close Montclair is to Giant Stadium, to East Rutherford.
Sure.
So the stands were filled. I mean, it was like, you know, playing Passaic all over again in high school on Thanksgiving Day. It was pretty amazing.
Amazing.
You know, and I like the Jets. I wasn't a Jet fan. I like the Jets more than the Giants. I would rather go see the Jets play. I grew up a Ram fan. So I was a big Ram fan. So when I was drafted by Indianapolis, I got an opportunity to play with Eric Dickerson. So after watching Eric do what he was doing so incredibly well, then having the opportunity to light his behind up in practice was really cool.
That is absolutely amazing. And actually, Nick Lowry of the Kansas City Chiefs was on the Real Raw recently, and I had the privilege of being interviewed on his show, and he had interviewed Eric Dickerson the week before.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, Nick is an amazing guy. When he retired, Quintus, Nick Lowry was the most accurate kicker in NFL history. A lot changed after that with the new footballs and turf, but he was the most accurate kicker in the league when he retired.
100%. He mainstay. I mean, I think Nick played like 20 years, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a long time, close to it. Long time. Great guy. Yeah, and I had the privilege of bringing Nick to a Tony Robbins event just a few weeks ago with me, because he used to be in Tony Robbins infomercials like back in the day. Hadn't seen him in a long time, and I had the privilege of speaking on stage there and doing some things with you know, Tony. And so Nick came to the event, and you know, the whole Tony Robbins world, right?
Yep,
Bell was amazing too. So
That's
thank you
awesome.
so much for being here, Taquin.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and we're gonna have some fun and show what's up. So Vivian, we got one more amazing person introduced. She might be sitting next to me, but you're gonna introduce Vivian style.
She is the sales sorceress, aka Bella Verita. I knew that energy was going to come in, baby. Built a multiple seven-figure real estate company, becoming the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. Woo! She places more women salespeople than anyone else in the country at Align Sales, where she is CEO. Welcome, Bella.
You?
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah, how lucky are you to be sitting next to me?
I'm super lucky.
And how lucky are we to be on with all these amazing people? This is extraordinary.
Yes, it is. And you know what's extraordinary? Is what's behind us. Can you tell everybody what is behind us?
That is the Caribbean Ocean behind us.
Yes.
Where apparently there was like pirates and stuff at some point.
Yes, pirates and stuff at some point. Thank goodness they're not around today unless there's drug cartels in the area. But hopefully with COVID, there's limited drug trafficking these days. So yes, that's happening all around us. And this is, who owns this island, Bella Verita?
Let me think. Bella Verita.
Really?
No, Mr. Richard Branson. Have you heard of Richard Branson?
Sir.
Yes.
Sir Richard Branson.
Yes.
Yes, I digress. Yes.
Yes.
Sir Richard Branson.
And our fun fact, one of our fun facts, is that Sir Richard Branson walked past as I was doing the Real Raw just 2 days ago.
Yes. 2 days ago? Yeah. I think
2 days ago. Yeah. And so, and we're going to be doing a swim with Richard like tomorrow, and, you know, some other fun and cool things. So truly amazing times. But Bella, what is a fun fact for you?
A fun fact for Bella Verita. Well, first of all, I'm a preamble. My fun fact is that like Sean is the best at everything he does. Like every sport he plays, every presentation he gives, like he does everything is always the best, and he very like rarely ever loses anything.
But I don't
I
don't want Quintus hitting me. But I don't want Quintus hitting me, and that would not be good.
That would definitely not be good.
Yep.
But yesterday at like there was like this 80s party going
Vivian,
on.
do you see where this is going? Do you see where this is going?
He keeps interrupting me because he knows exactly where this fun fact is going. So he keeps interrupting because he doesn't like this fun fact that I beat him in limbo yesterday.
That did happen, Vivian.
And I beat him in limbo. And then the next is like there's these games of like tic-tac-toe that are like, you know, big blocks. That's the next thing that I'll be beating you in.
I can promise you one thing, you will not be beating
I
tic-tac-toe.
will be beating you in tic-tac-toe. I guarantee you I will beat you in tic-tac. Should we put a bet on the line?
Yes, we'll figure out what that bet is. So Vivian, I will not lose in tic-tac-toe, and everybody, thank you very much. And Bella did win in limbo, but I was
Oh, he's
injured.
gonna win now. He's gonna come in with some excuse.
There's no
I
excuse.
see how this is.
No, she won fair and square. When my back, thank you, Vivian, is better, I want a rematch in limbo, right? And Bella's gonna have a rematch with Brittany, who is here, who owns. Imagine this fun fact. So here's my fun fact for today. So my fun fact is because of the superpower of influence and being introduced to meeting 30 amazing entrepreneurs, including Brittany, who owns her own islands. Like, that's kind of cool and interesting, right? Somebody owning their own islands. She's doing her first mastermind on her islands on Saturday, and we've been invited to be the opening speakers at her island for her first mastermind on like her version of Neckar Island. So that is our fun fact for today. Vivian, what say you?
You're living large, my friend. That's all I know. You're jet setting into fabulous places with people who have been knighted and hopping from island to island.
Yes.
Love
But
it. Enjoy it.
But here's the truth. Now let me drop in this because I don't know some of these fine folks, right? So up until 3 years ago, nobody had any idea who I was except the people in a niche kind of area of the New Jersey legal community, because the superpower of influence is what we unpack here. Integrous influence was deployed so I could have an intentional life. And my intentional life was to take my kids to school every single day. My intentional life was, as a blind man, knowing I was going blind, and I am blind today. That's my other fun fact, is I'm a blind man, and the story is not that I'm blind, that I wanted to be financially free. And I want to be able to coach every team, go to every game, participate in everything as my vision was declining, over my entire life, which did prevent me from going on to play professional. I'm not saying I would have been like Quintus and made the major leagues in baseball, but I was captain of the Columbia University baseball team, a 4-year starter, and it was on my way until my vision started to deteriorate. So the superpower of influence provides whatever you want. And true fun fact is that I'm here in service of a mission of growing Unblinded and supporting people in our ecosystem, our community, our partnerships, and creating impact in the world to make things better. So my preference today, my son just got home from college. I love him. He's my best friend. We go everywhere together, and he's home. And my heart, true heart, I would rather be sitting there than even on Neckar Island and greeting him when he came home. I like to do both, right? But that's my heart. But I'm here in service of what we're building and creating. And I thank each and every one of you for being a part of it on today's Real Raw. And I certainly don't want to give the impression that this is about like jet setting and things. It's about, hey, what can we partner with and add value? Like Richard Branson's going to do a talk on Friday, and his prerequisite to the talk is that people just donate money to his charity, like to cause better things in the world. And we've heard that he does beautiful things, like then donate money back to your charity. So it's about like giving, contributing, growing, making amazing things happen. And some people do it by working in a soup kitchen, one person at a time, 1 hour at a time. Some people give amazing dollar amounts to charity. Other people lead charities and causes. It's like, hey, we're all contributing, giving in the way that we can. And, this is what it looks like for this week. And it's not that horrible to be on Neckar Island.
It's definitely not that hard. But the truth be told is there is no one here that is working as hard as you are being here. That is true. There's everybody else is still doing their thing. And you said from the very beginning, your number one mission was still to serve the unblinded community first, and then be here second.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for doing what you do every day, Bella. Thank each and every one of you amazing people for being here. You're like, hey, let's get started. Like, we did. This is what it looks like when like 7 amazing people or 8 amazing people get together and hang out and have lunch. Like, how do you edify each other? How do you share what's happening? How do you create an energy and a space for acceleration? That's the first half of the Real Raw. And now we're gonna have some fun. And we're gonna play a game. And Vivian, this, as Quintus appropriately acknowledged, doesn't happen without your infectious, loving, heart-centered, amazing energy. So thank you, Vivian.
Thank you. Thank you. You're amazing. You all are amazing. Have a great show today.
Thank you, Vivian.
Vivian, come on down for dinner. We'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, yes. Let me grab my jet. I'm on my way.
Love it.
Amazing. So thank you. So yeah, absolutely. So Jonathan, Ryan, how are you guys doing?
Good, real good.
All right.
Good.
So, yeah. So Bella, Jonathan, Ryan, who's going first?
Let's go with Jonathan.
All right,
All
John.
right.
Bella can be anybody you want her to be. Judges, in this first round, what you're looking for is how does one open up listening? Like, how do you, in a short period of time, open the listening of people so that people see or feel a heart connection? They feel what Oprah Winfrey said is the reason she held a microphone for 30,000 people. I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. Like, how do we co-create that? So, Jonathan, you have 6 minutes. You'll probably be interrupted about halfway through for a score in that first round of like the connectivity, the openness of like the listening you create for Bella. So who would you like Bella to be?
Sure. So you could just be a prospective client at a, networking event.
And what is, okay.
Yeah, amazing. And you are in the space of accounting, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so she could be a business owner?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, how about she be herself? Yeah, right?
You get this.
So Bella will be Bella.
Perfect.
All right, here we go.
Hi, Bella. How are you doing today? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well, Jonathan. Thank you.
Good. How are you enjoying? I mean, now I can see your background. How are you enjoying yourself? I wish I was there with you.
I am enjoying myself quite well. I'm here in service to Mr. Callaghy, Unblinded, and it's just an honor to be here for sure.
That's great. That's great. So I just wanted to take an opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself and our firm. We're based in New Jersey, but we really have an international reach with. We're part of the BDO Alliance, and we're constantly networking and making sure that people are satisfied with their current accountants. And if you're not, that's a space where we'd like to be able to come in and talk to you and help you out, and potentially help with transition. But before we get into all that stuff, I am I have a CPA and MBA. My kids are my life, and we're just out here and enjoying myself and enjoying the work I do for the clients I do have. So can you tell me a little bit more about yourself and maybe why you'd be interested in potentially switching accountants?
Yeah, thank you for asking. Yes, I've been in business now for 12 years. And my accountant recently transitioned, and so the great accountant loved her quite a bit and did great work. And there were some recommendations that they made, but I'm just kind of like looking for my own person, doing kind of some research to see who would be the best fit for me.
Sure, absolutely. I hope to be able to check some boxes off for you if that's the case. And were they able to help you with any PPP loans, or have you received any of that as a business owner?
Yes, I did get, we did get like we did get all of that stuff like handled, and we're up to date on everything, as of late.
Okay, good. Are they helping you do the application for the forgiveness? Because I know that's a big piece of, a lot of clients are kind of missing that piece.
Yeah, I don't think we started that piece yet.
Okay. Well, definitely, if you want to reach out, would you be willing to reach out if you need some assistance with that? We could certainly.
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely happy to reach out. I need to take a quick call right now, and then sure. I will be back in just a moment. I can call you back in just a moment.
All right, very good. Good speaking with you.
You too, Jonathan. Thank you.
All right, Jonathan, nice work, sir. How'd that feel for you?
It felt pretty good. Probably not as prepared as I should be. It's a little off the cuff. I know I was doing this today, but I felt pretty good.
Very cool. Well, thank you for that. Bella, how'd that feel for you? One word, one sentence.
Intriguing.
Nice. Intriguing, Jonathan. All right, Ryan, are you ready, sir?
Yes.
All right. So if I real quickly, if I was going to say, what's one thing you think in your space of insurance that people like don't see what they don't see about, what would it be?
The biggest challenge that I see that most agents have is that their biggest obstacles and roadblocks is actually their own mindset.
I like that. All right, so here we go. So who would you like Bella to be, Ryan?
How about Bella be a referral from her accountant Jonathan? And Bella is concerned about long-term care because she's seeing signs and issues with her mother, and she's concerned for her own kids as well as her own husband, her own family.
All right. Sound good?
So wait, what was I had to say that again? The last part?
So your mother's experienced some long-term care issues, and so you're concerned because she doesn't have a plan in place, and you want to talk to somebody that understands that to maybe look at putting a plan in place.
Okay, perfect. Got it.
Got it? That's it.
Should I just start off or what?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, Bella. This is, I'm just giving you a call. My name is Ryan Hogan. Jonathan, your accountant, referred me to you, saying that you might have some concerns or questions about long-term care coverage for yourself. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for my mom. Yeah, there's definitely some concerns, and I've been interested. Yes.
Well, just a quick tidbit about me of why I'm passionate about it. But I've been doing this for quite a long time. My grandmother, as well as my father's mother, my father started a company, but my grandmother went through 14 years of Alzheimer's dementia. And when you get into that situation, I mean, if you've never been in a situation, you don't realize the impact it can have on not just you financially, but also emotionally, and how it can really tear a family apart if you're not prepared for it. So what I do is I try to help guide clients look at the different options and to help put a plan in place so that should that happen, you have your family's protected, your financial plan's protected. Many people just don't understand that until they're in that situation like you are now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very impactful, not just financially, but also emotionally.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said, thank you for what you do.
That's what you do? Yeah.
No, I said, thank you for what you do.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. So to really take a good look at it, I do try to ask a few questions to get to know you a bit better. A lot of it's trying to figure out what's important to you and what your goals are, but who are you looking to protect?
I mean, I'm definitely looking to protect my family. I don't have any children.
Okay.
And so, it's just more my immediate family.
Okay. So your spouse?
Yep. My spouse. Yeah, my spouse, most definitely.
Okay. Excellent. And what's your biggest concern with, not having a plan? Like, what's your biggest concern with long-term care?
I think my biggest concern is, just being an entrepreneur. It's kind of like one of those things that I get to figure out myself. Versus, being a part of, a company and having their help in figuring that out. So
Well, I'm sure you're doing very well with what you're doing, and but you got your focus. I can definitely help you with the process of this, so to make it very easy for you. I do get into a little bit more. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to hear all about this, but I actually have a quick call I need to take, and so I'm going to take that call and I'm going to call you right back.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Amazing. Excellent job, Ryan. How'd that feel for you?
What was that?
How did that feel for you?
It felt good. So the goal was trying to connect with her and trying to get her a little bit more engaged in terms of the, the bringing out the emotional thought process to it. A lot of times they're just thinking financially, but the emotional side is very important too.
Mm-hmm.
Critical. How'd that feel for you, Belle?
Beautiful.
Beautiful is the word. Intriguing and beautiful from round one. And let's drop right into Dulce.
Dulce is not here. She dropped off again. She's been having internet
connection
issues.
Okay, so Yolanda, if you had 30 seconds of feedback for Jonathan, and then we'll go to Ryan, but for Jonathan, what 30 seconds? 15 seconds on what works, 15 seconds what can be optimized, what will be present and there for you, and then give a score on a scale 1 to 10, please.
Okay, so for Jonathan, I know this is new. I remember when I was there, so there was a nervousness, and you were a little bit too calm, maybe like subdued. So if like you could elevate your energy, I think that would really open up your communication with the people that you're trying to network with. And there was like for me, it was too much about you in the beginning. It should have been more like, Bella, tell me about you, right?
And your score is?
And my score is, I would say 7.5.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Yolanda. And what'd you have for Ryan?
And for Ryan, what stood out for me was his compassion and really being of service to Bella and her family. And it was, even though it's something that people are not thinking about now, it really left me, Bella, with something to really think about. And my score for you is a 9.
Nice. Excellent job. Quintus, sir, the
All right.
destroyer of jet quarterbacks and others. Yes, sir.
And others, indeed. For Jonathan, it was very apparent that it took almost a minute and 30 seconds for you to ask a question. I would suggest that you get into
Something's happened with your sound, Quintus.
Yeah,
Can
the
you hear
sound,
me now? Is that better?
No.
You look like you sound like you went into a bubble.
yeah, something changed, like right as you started. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
That's better. Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. So, Jonathan, it took about a minute and 30 seconds to get to a question. There was a lot of conversation that I didn't find relatable to the reason you were on the phone with your or at the meeting with your prospective networker. I would suggest being mindful of the questions that you ask and where they lead you. Like what's the purpose of asking question number 1 and having a list of questions. My score was a 4 out of 10. For Ryan, with your own family, that pulls a person in. That was absolutely awesome. I gave you a big thumbs up for that. Your questions were outstanding. Direct. Who do you want to protect, and what are your major concerns? Those are huge questions and very direct. So I gave you a 7.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Quintus, thank you. And Quintus, so you still doing work in ministry?
Oh, absolutely. All day, every day. That's what I do.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So I just share that I, just as a fact of commonality, after I had my second top 100 national jury verdict, because I own a law firm of 125 people, I had prayed every day before trial. In fact, with my mom, who spent more than a decade doing Bible study in prisons. And I ended up just like having this, it wasn't like buying things, but saying, listen, I'm going to doubly tithe off the top of my everything recovered in attorney's fees. So I ended up starting with more than 7 figures, the Calgary Christian Foundation. So I have a foundation. And in fact, I don't even raise money. I use it as a mechanism for my tithing. And so I'm very thankful for you being here today. And I'd like to, if it would be okay and acceptable from my charitable organization, yours, make a contribution of $5,000. And I really appreciate you being here.
Well, God bless you. That will go a long way. We're doing some tremendous things in communities in New Jersey, in the Lehigh Valley, here in North Carolina, in Indianapolis, and as well as in Atlanta. So your contribution will absolutely go a long way. And I listened in on one of the other calls. I was invited by my brother Gerald, and I listened in and I heard you talking about that. And I'm getting fired up now. You guys get me fired up. It's an amazing. People don't realize how powerful it is to give of yourself, to be able to give what God placed in you, and the finances are tremendous. We'll always men make money. We'll always be able to make money. But the capacity to give of yourself and to be present with someone who's less fortunate than you can't. That's just awesome. So I appreciate you, brother. God bless you and your heart. I'm fired up. You got me all wired up over here. Thank you.
Yeah, listen, and thank you. And I'm honored that you're here. And I know we're getting started. We got a lot of big things happening at Unblinded, but we're new. And so thank you for being here. So it means a lot.
Well,
Thank you.
we'll continue to walk together. There's some things that I want to be able to connect with you, because we're doing some global stuff, and what you're doing at Unblinded, even this game that we're playing, which is reality, this role playing, which is these are these men's chosen professions. So we're helping them sharpen themselves so that they can go out and help the communities that they serve. And service work is what it really all boils down to. Are we willing to give of ourselves? Are we willing to give back what God put in us for the rest of the kingdom here on earth? So I'm proud to be here. My wife just walked to my office door smiling. She could hear me. This is awesome. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you, Quintus, sir. Thank you. So yeah, let's have some fun. Dulce not back yet, right?
No.
All right, so we're gonna go to round 2. We're missing Dulce, who's another amazing person. She's having some technical problems. So yeah, let's drop into round 2, and let's go reverse order. Ryan, Bella is back. And by the way, thank you for your courage and vulnerability round 1 and sharing, your journey with your. I think you said your grandmother had Alzheimer's, correct?
14 years. Yep.
Wow. Yeah. Well, received in my heart, sir. So yeah, please, round 2. Bella's back.
Hi, Ryan. I'm back.
Hey, thank you. We could talk more about this later, but I would love to get together with you in person if possible. I know with COVID, we can do this over the phone as well, but really just getting to, your goals of protection. I do need to ask is creating a plan for you that would work for you and your family, is that of interest to you?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. I do need to ask us.
We're definitely like looking around, talking to a few, different people to see who's the right fit for us, because it is definitely top of mind right now.
Well, let me tell you kind of my approach. A lot of people, we try to help provide you the right amount of coverage, but we don't try to overinsure you. Many agents, they will look at a nursing home, for example. It could be $7,000, $8,000 a month for that. You do not need that large of a benefit of protection in place to help protect you. Yeah. So I won't go too far into the weeds, but what we try to do is I'll ask you questions in regards to financially, but we try to figure out what your gap of income would be. So we look at things such as your retirement income, how much you would want to save for the healthy spouse to live off of, should one of you need care. Yep. As well as possibly even, income that you'd get off of, RPs, when you come 72. So we try to find what the income minus the costs, or the cost minus the income. And we try to find that gap of income. And so what we do is we find you a good benefit at an affordable price, but really get you a plan in place that should you need care, it'll help protect you, your family, as well as your financial plan. So that's one differentiation between ourselves as well as other agents out there. And I'd be happy to schedule an appointment with you to kind of go through all that information. You live in Jackson, correct?
I live in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Okay. Sorry, I was role playing. So you live in Austin. I'll be in your area next Thursday. Next year, for forgetting it's Christmas, but I'll be in your area next Thursday. Would you have time in the morning or afternoon to meet up that we can go a little bit further into detail with this?
Yeah, we can definitely get that scheduled, and I appreciate your call. So I'll reach out to you via email, and we'll get that on the calendar.
That'd be excellent. I'm going to also send you some information ahead of time, some good reading material to kind of get you a little further down the road in terms of understanding the process that we go through.
Fantastic, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Excellent job. Ryan, how'd that feel for you?
Good. I probably started off a little sloppily, but my goal with that piece was to get a meeting with her. And so, but I liked her question. I probably should have led in with that as well, about kind of what sets us apart from the rest of the other agents out there. So her question kind of brought me focused on that, but yeah, it was good.
Awesome. Well, excellent job. Jonathan, ready for round two? Bella's back.
Yes. Okay, great.
Thank you. Let's go, Bella.
Hi, Jonathan. I'm back.
Hey, good to hear from you again. How's everything?
Pretty amazing. Thank you for asking.
Good, good. So I think before we went our separate ways, just wanted to ask you a couple questions just about current situation in terms of like your accountant CPA firm, and then also kind of what your goals are, I guess, in terms of that from a your personal perspective, what your needs are, what your goals are. So just to kind of get a little bit more background on you.
Yeah, 100%. Did you have specific questions or? Just...
Oh, what type of business? Can you remind me of the business line that you're in and kind of what your critical needs are, I guess, for that? What kind of keeps you up at night?
Yeah, so I have a sales agency. So I place female sales professionals in remote sales positions all over the country. And I would say the biggest thing keeps me up at night is finding more sales professionals. That's the truth.
Okay, interesting. Now, what about from a like a tax perspective? Do you have to file in all the different states or you're in like your own home base, I guess?
Yeah, because we're a staffing agency, so I pretty much just file in Texas. I just moved my LLC this year from Nevada to Texas, so this will be our first, to be a woman-owned business in Texas. So this will be my first year to file in Texas.
Nice, that's great. I know like women-owned businesses. I mean, that's huge. Even more so nowadays. I think there's more, being. I can't think of the word, but it's great. And I know there's a lot of resources out there for you and everything like that. So what about yourself personally in terms of financial goals, things like that, somebody as from a CPA standpoint can help you out with? We also do like valuations, things like that. If you're purchasing businesses, any type of thoughts from that perspective?
Like what sorry.
If you're acquiring another agency, or if you want to sell your business and get into another line, or just any type of
I mean, I'm always looking. I'm a purebred entrepreneur, so I'm always looking to acquire other businesses and stuff. But I have to run for right now, so maybe we can continue this conversation at a later date.
Of course, that sounds great. It's good speaking to you again.
You too. Thank you so much.
Very good. Thank you.
Nice work, sir. How'd that feel for you?
Thank you. Felt a little better. I think I had my thoughts a little more organized.
Yeah. And what would you go around for Jonathan and for Ryan?
I would definitely say, the improvements were seen, and I'm really excited for you to drop in on your magic trick, because I think it's going to help these two gentlemen accelerate extraordinary. So I'm excited for what's about to happen.
All right. Sounds good. So, Jonathan.
I'm going to go get my popcorn.
Yes. Thank you. Popcorn-ness is present. Caramel, butter, plain, like what kind?
Just plain salted with a little bit of butter.
All right, there we go. Okay, so Jonathan,
yes.
Would it be okay if I'm you for a moment?
Sure, of course. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. And how about let's have you be Mike, who is owns a recruiting firm. Sound good?
Of course.
All right, awesome. Okay. So, hey, Mike, thanks so much for your inquiry and for filling out your paperwork. I see that you're here from Bergen County, New Jersey, in the great city of Paramus. Thanks so much for being here. And I see that a lot of good things are happening with your recruiting firm. Can I ask you, what prompted you to call me today?
Just what I was interested in. My accountant's just been a little lackadaisical, and he was not helping me with the PPP loan. So I wanted to reach out and see what the other firms were doing.
Yeah, no, understood. I'm sorry to hear that. I can hear your uncertainty, a bit of frustration. Before I drop in on that, though, can I ask you this? Why did you create the recruiting firm? I see that you've owned it now for 9 years. Why'd you start it, and where's this all going for you? How does this fit into your life plan?
Well, I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I started it based on, a need that I saw within in the industry. Thought there was an opportunity there, so I took it and have been running with it ever since. Ultimately, I just want to be able to grow my business and expand and be comfortable, raise a family, and make sure they're comfortable and taken care of.
Awesome. So I hear like presence for time freedom, the building of some financial freedom, but really family and love, connection, and impact are sort of driving you. Fair?
Yes, that's fair.
Yeah, awesome. And so in the 9 years that you've had the business, it looks like from your form that you've had the same accounting firm for all those 9 years, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And have you ever had somebody look at what they've done? You have tax returns each year. Do they do your bookkeeping as well, or just your tax returns?
They handle both. They handle everything. I've been with one company and just stuck with them. Recently have had some issues. So
yeah. Have you ever had anybody take a second look at what they're doing?
Unfortunately not. I know that's an important thing to do from especially as an auditor to get an outside perspective.
For sure. So final question, I'm going to just drop in a couple of quick points. You've mentioned a bit of frustration, a bit of uncertainty in who you're working with and what you're doing. Obviously, your money's at stake. You work hard. Is that fair?
That's fair, yes.
And so, slight differentials could mean a meaningful amount of money, in what you do, obviously. And I think you're present to that. So what is it though you're looking for? Like, how would you know if you found the right people to work with?
I think a lot of it is personality match. Honestly, it's the relationship. It's all about the relationship. I know that there are many firms that can do the job, but it's who you are good with working with. Is really what it comes down to. So just
amazing
for the right match.
Yeah. And in our final minute or so here, would it be okay then if I could share a little bit? Because I'm hearing your desire for a match. I'm hearing the personality, connectivity. And I also heard you say that pretty much, probably a lot of people could do the job, but you want to see the personality. Would it be okay if I leaned into a little bit about my background and maybe some of what you shared?
Sure.
Yeah. So thank you. So as you pointed out, Jonathan, very appropriately, I mean, to not get a second opinion, people get second opinions about surgery, as they should, but it is a pattern. Like maybe it's a pattern of liking people, maybe it's a pattern of pleasing, maybe it's a pattern of just thinking it's all okay. Like people do not get second opinions about their money. So whether somebody's working with a financial professional, an attorney, an accounting firm, to not get a second opinion with something that I want to really lean into this, with something that the smallest amount of differential and focus can create a profoundly different outcome. If it just made a $10,000 or $20,000 a year difference in taxes for your business, or there are mechanisms and processes that could change that dynamic, you'd be looking at an extra $100,000 to $200,000 over the last 9 years. But that's just the beginning, because how that money compounds over time, how you find other ways to either save taxes, invest money to defer taxes, all of these things are present. And if somebody's not holistically focused on everything they're doing for you, they could be a really nice person and miss all of that. So what I'd be proposing, and the reason, by the way, I do this is I understand the reality of what you share, Jonathan, which is this is about your family, your money, your legacy, your freedom. And we lean in and look into all of those things. It's very difficult for me to believe we're not going to find you money to save. And on top of it, be a fun, interconnective relationship that grows and hopefully lasts for your entire business career. So if all that sounds acceptable to you, and resonates truly for you, so I want to make sure there's like alignment mutually. I'd love to have a longer conversation and begin to dig into some of the things that have occurred. Take a look. How does that resonate for you?
That sounds great.
Awesome. All right, Jonathan, how did that feel for you?
A lot better than what I did initially.
Yeah, but what was there for you though? Like, what was present about it?
In terms of your approach.
Yeah.
I mean, more comfortable. Obviously, you're very comfortable with speaking to begin with. So I know that's something I have to get better at. In terms of, I think it's a little easier for me to talk to somebody one-on-one than in a group setting, of course, such as this. But one-on-one is there's definitely ways to approach it, especially with going after, and you're listening, right? You're listening to what my responses are, and you're responding to that. So in terms of the relationships and things like that is all key to hone in on. And the second opinion, I think that's a great approach, and kind of asking them that, knowing that they've been with somebody for a while, you need that second opinion. They could be missing things. That's a very good point. I think part of that was what I missed when I was speaking with Bella. How long have you had the person? There's the things that I should have been asking her. So no, absolutely, it's very good.
And just listen, I'm going to kick it to Bella in a sec. I failed freshman high school geometry for the year, number one. Number two, I ran for president of my class in 8th grade and got like no votes. Mm-hmm. And a few years later was captain of the Columbia baseball team, and still wasn't a strong public speaker. 5 years after that, when I was 27, I did my first public speech. It took me 3 days to prepare for a 15-minute talk, and I was horrendous. It's, as Quintus would attest to, with his mastery as an athlete and as a speaker, he's a brilliant speaker. It's repetition. Repetition.
Of course, yep.
Bella, what's present for you in that dynamic?
What's present for me is, like Jonathan, because I was hearing you say like, there was kind of a little bit of like beat up that I was hearing, and there's like a formula for this.
Yeah.
And you studied the formula, you created the formula, and then you studied the formula, you mastered the formula, and like anybody can do it. Like anybody can learn and master the formula. And I think it takes a lot of courage to be here and be on the show and be a contestant. I remember like my first time I was, and I've been doing sales and influence for 20 years. And I was like scared out of my mind. Like I was so nervous when I came on for the first time. And so, I really just like honor you for being here. And, when the team reaches out to like, have a conversation about, what's available next year and like learning the formula, is definitely pay attention to that, because, you're obviously really good with what it is that you do, and like learning the formula, within a couple months, like you'll be able to do it, what Sean just did.
No.
Sure. No, I appreciate that. That could be very helpful in terms of, the networking obviously is put down right now with COVID. So anytime where I can practice to get better at that going into the future, certainly is something that can help.
Can I tell you something incredible? So yes, there is no networking in person in COVID. We created Unblinded, this program during COVID, about 8 months ago. And we are the most explosively growing coaching, training, development company in the country. And we're a lot more than that. Yeah. And all of it has been done virtually.
It's great.
So it's remarkable what you can create. So, and we'll lean into that a little bit later. So excellent job. So let's
and just like, lean into that, but like, just to give an example of like, what you were saying is like, networking this and this. And during this time, there's a gentleman within the ecosystem that, is in financial planning and all of this, that literally through what it is that we're doing, went from 6 sales meetings a month to 650 sales meeting this year during COVID. So there's that.
Yeah, true. So Quintus, my friend, sir.
And Dolce's back.
And we'll get back to Dolce. So what say you about these fine folks, and, for some feedback, please?
Outstanding. Jonathan, you hit it on the head when you said to do it more. And right when you started talking about the lack thereof, I began thinking, and Sean jumped right in and said, hey, there's some groups out here, specifically Unblinded, but I think with your knowledge, you've got years of success in the industry, and of course you want to go to the next level with the knowledge that you have. Getting into some of these Zoom conference groups or these video networking opportunities, and being able to present who you are, what you do, and being able to ask questions and taking notes. I think that those couple of really really key small things will really impact your business and take you to the next level. Maybe not your final goal. Of course, there'll be more work to do once you get to the next level, and then more work to get to the next level. And it's just, but I think that you've got the heart and the drive and the willingness. You've got the courage to even be here. So you got what it takes to implement some of the tools that are
You
available.
lost your sound again, Quintus.
You got what it takes to implement some of the tools that are available to take you to the next level. Is that better stuff?
It's still a little bit far, but
Yeah.
what did you? Yeah,
What was your
we
score?
got you. So, and what was your score, Quintus, for Jonathan?
You like the number 4. You got a 4 again, Brother Jonathan. But all that means is there's so much upside. That's really what that means. There's so much upside, and I can see the talent in you. I can see the drive in you, and you can do it. It's very, that's simple. It's that simple. Just getting out there and doing it. For Ryan, a great start again. Exceptional questions. Where are my notes? I lost my notes.
But Quintus, that sound is better now. So I don't know if you moved close to the microphone, like it came right when you said about the notes, you sounded louder again. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect. Amazing.
Okay. So Ryan, I believe that you're comfortable in your space, and that shines through. There's always opportunity to grow. You got a little sidetracked, I thought, during when Miss Bella responded to one of your questions. You got a little sidetracked, but there's definitely you're comfortable. I see that you're more comfortable today than many people would be in this space, being here and being judged, knowing that you're being judged on the conversation. So I give you what did I give Ryan? A 6 on that second round.
No. Well, thank you for that, Quintus. And Quintus, how was today for you on the Real Raw? If we're talking to some amazing people like yourself, a former professional athlete or a professional football player, what would you say to them about whether they should come on the Real Raw?
Oh, I would absolutely say give the Real Raw a real chance. It will enhance what it is that you're doing. You'll be around some amazing people, amazing guests. Jonathan and Ryan are amazing people. Absolutely, Sean, you and Bella, and I got the names written down. Miss Vivian Guzman and her energy. You can't go wrong spending 30 minutes to an hour on the Real Raw. Can't go wrong.
Thank you for that. Really appreciate you, Quintus. Thank you so much for coming today. Thank you. God bless you. Dulce is back. How are you?
I'm fine. I want to apologize. I had some signal issues. I was able to listen the whole thing, but I had to mute myself and close my video so I can hear it. And I got to a different area where I had better signal with the Wi-Fi. So, but I didn't miss anything. I was able to listen to everything.
All right. So yeah, do you want to please then, Dulce, give Jonathan some overall feedback and a score, please?
Sure. Jonathan, I think that definitely practice is good, but definitely you need to get a little bit more into if you're not uncomfortable, you're not challenging yourself enough. I think that going and expose yourself to those challenges that make you feel like, oh, this is not what I like to do, is gonna be able, it's a good metric for you to know that you're in the right path. Being exposed to coaching, like the one that Sean has put together, is also another tool that is going to help you to improve. But in my humble experience, I think that whenever you care about the needs of your client, the conversation just flows. One of the companies I have is a hospice agency. I'm talking with families about death it's not an easy conversation, right? Nobody wants to talk about it. It's not a sexy service to sell. But whenever we are trying to understand what the family is going through, losing a loved one, whether it's like granddad or a child, because we have a pediatric division, it's a tough conversation. So I guess one thing that we have learned is to try to ask the questions that allow the other person to talk more and us to ask less. So whenever you really care about providing a solution for them or solving their pain, whatever it is, accounting or insurances, whatever it is, increasing the sales, whatever it is, whenever you really care about the client just comes and they open up so I think that like practicing your speech is amazing. That's key. Train yourself, absolutely. But caring about your client, more about your company, more than about increasing your sales or your clientele, is more about how can you really make a difference in your client is huge, because you don't have to push with questions for them to open up. They're just going to open up because they want to work with you. That's my 2 cents.
Thank you, Dulce. Awesome. What was your score?
I think my score would be 7.
Nice. And how about for Ryan?
Ryan, I think that I agree with Quintus. I think that you feel more comfortable in your skin whenever you are talking. You flow a little bit more. There is always room for improvement, and every one of us. So I think although you feel more comfortable, and I guess I'm gonna say this with all respect, guys. Okay, so forgive me, but I guess if you see your outfit versus Jonathan outfit, that's a huge difference. You're dressed up like I am my business mode, so I can talk to Bella and feel comfortable. Well, Jonathan is more like on a sports clothing, so he's more like. It may be nothing, but the way when I dress up more for business, I'm more into my mindset of business, right? So you are dressing up properly, and I think that that's helping with your mindset. So I will give you an 8.
Nice. Well, excellent. So thank you. And by the way, Dulce, how was today on the Real Raw for you?
It's my first time. It is my first time. I was very nervous. I was very uncomfortable, as I was telling Jonathan, because I didn't know what to expect. It was an amazing experience. I'm very honored to be invited. Thank you, Sean and Bella, for making me part of this, and hopefully I can come back.
Thank you. We love it, Dulce.
Definitely.
Love you, and so honored that you're here. Thank you. Yeah. And Yolanda, how are you, and what'd you have in that round for Ryan?
He's on a call. Okay, so for Ryan, I also feel he's comfortable, and I feel that for both, and myself included, we just have to keep on practicing, and that's the key to everything, and really always getting connected to how can I be of service to this person, not from your point of view, not from your commission, not from everything. Just that'll happen by default when you put your others before yourself.
Yeah, amazing.
And your score, I'll keep it at a 9.
Thank you.
Yeah. And for Jonathan, one of the things that rang to me is you said this several times. No, they don't know. The person doesn't know. They need you to tell them. So if you can take that away, that's sometimes I even tell my kids, they'll be talking to me and they're like, no, I don't know. Tell me. So if you can take that away from your conversation, and I know that I will say this, Jonathan, after Bella critiqued you, your energy went up. So you spoke 1, 2, but the third time after you spoke, your energy went up. So you got it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, and you went.
Those are probably a crutch word. I was in Toastmasters for a little bit, so I have to work on that.
Awesome. So and thank you. And so what was your score again? I'm sorry.
8.
8. Thank you, Juan. Sorry. I'm stealing Bella's lines. So yes. So thank you. And Yolanda, how was today for you?
It was great. This was my first time being a judge. I didn't know what really to expect, because the first time that I was, I was the one on the hot seat. I wasn't really paying attention to the judge. I was too, busy worrying, getting nervous over on my end. So I hope that I am. I also hope that I'm invited out again, because you do pick up something for yourself. Every time you're around this environment, you are also blessed with something.
Oh, amazing. Well, and there's a big environment here, my friend. So we'll explain that in a sec. So thank you for that. Ryan, how was today for you? Thank you so much for your courage and vulnerability.
I appreciate it. No, I really enjoyed it. I just like Yolanda was saying, I can kind of see how I've been looking for like this kind of environment where, mastermind or whatever you want to call it, but the sharp sharpens sharp, we sharpen each other. So I love it. And it was excellent. Thank you.
Well, thank you, brother. And how about Jonathan? How was today for you?
I thought today went well. I appreciate the feedback. Certainly something I'll take into next time, into when I have opportunities to meet with potential clients too. So it's always very helpful. And like you said, iron sharpens iron, right? It's kind of like you gotta really be in it to get better. So I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Bella, final.
Final is, first I just want to say again to the contestants that came on today is, just congratulations, leaning into this and, taking a risk to be able to get better, because the purpose of the Real Raw is to really provide a platform for people to practice so that you can get feedback and accelerate your businesses. And the next step with Unblinded is, this isn't it. There is an opportunity to learn magic, right?
Yes.
And that happens on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Like, what is the formula? What is Real Raw? Like, how can you drop into these magic tricks so you can accelerate your businesses to go from 6 meetings to 650 meetings? Because that is really, truly what is possible during this time. So definitely join us Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. I want to thank you, Bella, for being amazing. And each of you, Jonathan, Ryan, Quintus, Yolanda, Dulce, thank you so much, Vivian. Of course, on behalf of the entire Unblinded ecosystem, which is rapidly and continuously growing with amazing entrepreneurs. Live from Neckar Island, the home, formerly the Pirates of the Caribbean, but now, like Richard Branson, we're going to acknowledge Anil Gupta that brought us here, and the one and only Bella Verita. We are all blind.
And just learning to see.
Have a beautiful day.